Hi everyone, it's Carolyn, here to share another channeled message from the LightKeepers, a group of angelic beings I channel on a regular basis for your support during your awakening journey. So today's channel is on our changes in our cells, and I think it's really interesting. I've been led to a little of this information previously, but they really created a long channel. So again, we're not going to have text on this one. So welcome to everybody who's joining me today. I really appreciate you watching my videos and commenting. It just kind of makes my day. So thank you very much. Anyway, those of you who are new, thank you for joining me. And you can check out my story on my welcome video, and you can see how I got started channeling the LightKeepers and what this is all about. And then I also offer a free video on how to create flow in your body for health and wellness. 6 tips that help you along your awakening journey. And it also leads you to so much more free content. So check that out in the description box below. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and read this, and I'm going to have a few comments, and we'll go from there. Those of you who are awakening today will be taken up to a higher plane. Cells change and shift. It is true. The body changes. You feel it too. All in your time, oh yes, we say, but there is a pattern to this in bringing to bear. The quakes and shifts that feel like the earthquake within you of the body. Many things such as weight gain and feeling disconnected in your way. Painful times, it is true. Joints and bodily pains are your due. Mental anguish too. This is often the cells shifting in your way. In the earlier days, it is true. But this extends out longer and shorter for some of you. Just know it is a phase where your cells shift and change into crystalline today. We bring you up oh so high. You feel this, oh yes you know, in time. Feeling like you are floating away. Often, this is where the cells change. Sometimes you can even pick the day when you know this came in your way. The cell structure is changing, it is true. Deep inside of you is proof positive into a crystalline state. Oh no, you will not turn into a selenite wand today. This is not the kind of crystal we speak of. This is about how cells communicate and share information across their walls. Opening up into the light body where all is one cell, it is true, not a million speaking in time. You become the light being, shining so fine. This is the difference, for it is about light transfer inside of yourselves today. This is what the crystalline state means, opening up further to light. As you begin your ascension, you are brought up high, we say, opened up into the light. A greater funnel on the top of you, allowing light in, and then the transition happens, and we bring you back down in your way. And then you integrate. Often signs and messages may slow down too, and many of these other things will no longer be as visible to you. And you will wonder, oh, what do I do? It has all ended for me, the magical part today. But no, what this is the ascension. But one must come back down to use their cells of light body in the way of humans integrating from 5D to 3D, and how we speak of it to you today. Feeling less oftentimes of magical in your way, but much more integrated in a cellular way. You feel it in your body. Energy still comes in upgrades, but often it is integrated more smoothly, for the cell structure has shifted, allowing the light to come in more smoothly. And during this time, what you have done too is work through blocks and past lives, things that have been difficult in this life, we say. Working through them, you remember those times, and they may not necessarily be done for you, but fewer they will be in your way. For you are now integrated more fully as a light body today. Cellular structure, crystalline too. This is what it means for you to become the higher self, living in human form. It is true. So I have to tell you, I was just fascinated by this channel because it made me think differently about, well, obviously, this whole idea of crystalline state. You know, a lot of us, we think of things literally, right? But it is about this light. And I got to tell you, I read this channel over and over after or before I decided to use it, because I don't use all my channels. I try to use most of them, but because I get a lot of them and I want to use the most significant. I thought this was so relevant because it really explains in a very different way how our body shifts and changes and why we go through the things we do. And honestly, the phase I'm in is where I feel like I went way up high, floating in the clouds, bodily weird changes, drinking so much water I couldn't tell you. Feeling like I'm floating away most of the time, integrating lots of issues with the body. And then suddenly, it's as though, they say this here too, but I felt like I had been lifted up high, just like they say, floating around there for a period of time, having all these things happen. And then they just said, okay, you're ready. Boom. Brought you back down. Doesn't mean you're not doing all these other things, because I still had my work I was doing. I'd created out of that. You can still be creating out of that period of time, moving through in your joys and your passions and your life. But you feel different when you get to this stage. It truly is like you've landed more in a solid body, but your body's different. Your mind's different. You've integrated that 5D feeling way of living into that 3D way of life, that figure eight that I've talked about, where we offer the opportunity to use what has shifted and changes now into this 3D world that we're in. And it's real hard to explain if you haven't gone through this or if you're not in this stage yet. But like, I feel more solid in myself now. I am drinking less water, which is super weird for me. I am not having these weird food situations happen with me. I've lost weight. That 30 pounds I put on, 30 pounds. I'm starting to lose it. So there are things that are shifting and changing in the cells of us. We are becoming more light. And I will tell you also what is happening with me is channeling's easier. I hear easier. All these intuitive gifts that I have, and again, that's my journey. My intuitive gifts have opened up. I don't know, that may not happen for everybody, but the thing is, you're going to see differences for each of you, and you're going to see that it starts getting smoother. It's like it's who you are now. It's truly who you are now. So anyway, I don't know if I've explained any of it that well. I think they probably did a pretty good job of it, but you're going to be able to take this each to your own as you travel through your awakening journey. And I think honestly really see where this fits in for you, because we are changing into this beautiful light body, because that's what we are, super filled with light as we go through the awakening, sharing it with everyone else as we move forward in our journey. So I hope you have enjoyed this video today and that it encourages you along this journey of transformation that truly the awakening is. And I would encourage all of you to go out to my website, purplerainhealing.com. I have a number of services that are very useful for you in your awakening journey, and I would so love to work with you. Check it out, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for joining me today.